Hi everybody, this is Son of the Honda Mäkinen, and we're playing something on the Super Nintendo. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. There's the intro. And sorry, probably a epilepsy warning for this part. Yeah, that's pretty rough. And yeah, sorry, you will notice that it actually says Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles up there because this is the European version. I'm obviously playing this on the on a PAL Super Nintendo. And yeah, so we'll put the difficulty on hard. And this is something that I actually, I know it's a bit a controversial thing to ever say anything good about Konami these days, but this is something I actually do think is a good thing, is that you get more continues if you change the difficulty level to the hardest one and not fewer, which I think is absolutely the right thing to do, because if the game's harder, and obviously I'm going to put max extra lives on, and I normally go with the comic look for the characters, which means that they don't have pupils. But I think I'm going to go with the animation look instead. And let's hit. Cowabunga! Yeah, I'm playing this solo, unfortunately. This was requested of me. And I'm going to go with my favorite turtle, which is Leonardo. Yeah, I know I'm on the minority on that one. Most people either like Raph or Michelangelo. A lot of people like Donatello too, but I've always been a Leonardo guy myself. Hey, Shredder! Bring that statue back, you bloated beanbag. Yeah. It's obviously is taking...
Big Apple, 3
This game's obviously taking most of its inspiration from the Svensson Murasaki animated series, but... As you will notice, this game does also take some elements from the movies, the live-action movies that had come out at the time. This was, actually, yeah, this game is significant because this was the first game we got on our Super Nintendo besides Mario World. And actually, yeah, I've been actually thinking about going, maybe finishing off Mario World. I did a one-off of the game a while ago, and I've recently just been on a bit of a Mario World kick. Anyway, I think Cowabunga is to blame because he actually did the Mario World video this summer, I think. So, and after that, I really just wanted to play Mario World. Yeah, and this game, obviously, like a lot of games, I have not Let's Played this for the main reason that I kind of wanted to do this with somebody, because obviously games like these are much better when you have 2 players, but I've been in this game solo as well, so, it's whatever. But that's the reason why I haven't done Gunstar Heroes. I kind of would wanna. Gunstar Heroes is also another really important game. Played that one when I was younger on our cousin's Mega Drive. Again, reminding people that we were a Sega household. So no, we were a Nintendo household. So we didn't have Sega consoles. Oh god. Oh. And I've beaten Gunstar Heroes too. I mean, it's not really difficult because, unlike this game, it doesn't actually have limited continues. It actually has endless continues. But again, that's another game that I really think you ought to play with somebody. Because usually these beat 'em up games are much easier when you play them with a friend, like considerably so. Something like, yeah, Streets of Rage, which I've had, one-offs on this channel as well, is okay. It's kind of a hard thing for me to say because I've never actually beaten any of the Streets of Rage games. I think at most I've beaten, like, I know this is funny, but I think I've beaten the easy mode of 3. But that's not really saying much because that difficulty mode ends prematurely, so you don't get the true ending. I think it ends after the bulldozer level, which I wasn't able to beat when I did my little one-off of it. It's fair to say I haven't beaten most of the beat-em-ups that I've played over the years, because most of them like get ridiculous hard towards the end. And last year, actually, I did do that video where I talked about like different beat 'em ups. And the thing with this genre is like, it's fine. I think it's, you know, it's not nice, brainless fun. But you know, these games are not. I know that sounds kind of mean of me, but I don't really consider most of these to be real like classics. Funny enough, I only played like Double Dragon for the first time last year as well. Well, okay, not the first time, but first time like where I actually like was concentrating and playing and actually trying to like beat it. Oh, by the way, we beat Dexter Stockman. Don't care really. But yeah, so I mean, these games are kind of whatever. They're fun. They're fun, good old-fashioned fun. But I, you know, they're not like my #1 favorite game genre to go to. Streets of Rage, I like Streets of Rage 2 a lot, and you can tell when I was playing it as well. Like, I just dig the mood. And you know what? This game has a lot of the same things. This game has a great soundtrack. I think the gameplay is pretty good. There are certain things about the gameplay that I don't like. I don't like how you have to. It does have fighting game moves. You know, to do this stuff. You know. There's a lot of when I you know, and I have played this like I used to play this a lot with my little brothers. It's kind of fun because it was kind of fun because you know I had played this so much that you know I can beat this game, you know, just by myself. So you know then my little brothers could just go around and beat on the bad guys and it didn't matter. The best thing about this game, something that I don't like about Streets of Rage is that you don't in this game you can't. Oh, let's show this. This is fun. This cave is creepy. It's called a sewer, but I guess Konami's translators were a bit lazy. And so the thing about this game is that so the thing is like in Streets of Rage you can hurt your partner, but in this game, in this game you can't. So that alone makes this better from that standpoint. But I do like Streets of Rage is just, you know, it's a very unapologetically straightforward, but, you know, and yeah, in that one, you can tell the, you know, I mean, Streets of Rage is also kind of a shameless ripoff. Oh, I got an extra life. Every 200 points you get an extra life. You don't get, the points you get for killing enemies and also some of the pizzas, I think. But the thing about it, yeah, the thing, that extra life came in handy. I already lost my first life. Yeah, so this was a fun game to play with my little brothers because they could just go wail on the enemies. You didn't have to care so much. The only thing you had to be worried about was if both of you were running out of health at the same time, or running out of extra lives, that is to say, because you can, you know, during two-player. If you get it game overed, in normal game over situation, you know, you don't have to go through the continue screen if one of the other players is still okay. But if you're both low on health and low on lives, then you have to be kind of quick to say, no, press start twice. And that's the only time when you get a game over, it's the only time you get to change your turtle. Which is say Leo is probably the second best turtle to play anyway. Because he has like the second best reach. Donnie has the best reach. But I think his like special is like the weakest or something. We did used to have the manual for this, but unfortunately I think we just lost it. I don't think we even destroyed it, it's just been lost for some reason. And it did have like a, you know, sheet for this. It did have a sheet for this, like a character sheet for all the characters. And I do recall a couple of things, like Raph has like the worst reach, but I think like his special actually does the most amount of damage, which I don't think oh yeah, I have used it. Okay, his is that when he does like swings his like katanas around. And it attacks in all directions, so it's a pretty useful one. Yeah, so about the hero turtles, that was confusing for me too, and a lot of Turtles materials growing up did have the ninja word removed, and that was because of the Brits. The Brits didn't like the word ninja, so, you know, anything that had ninja in it had to be censored, including the cartoon. But the weird part is, about the cartoon, what I remember, I mean, they still sang Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They didn't change the theme song, they just changed the title graphic, and the way they did it was that it was this very clumsy sort of transition where this alternate title was shown, where it would have shown the the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo, and what's extra weird is that that was only for the television version. The home media, the home video, because I have those Turtles DVDs that were just VHS transfers of the old, kind of dodgy ELAB dub of the show. They were just direct transfers from the American version, so they still had the Ninja Turtles logo, not the Hero Turtles logo. But it's so weird, like, that they went through the trouble of changing the title, and then they didn't bother. They didn't change the theme song. Like, they didn't even like have a different piece of music or anything. It was literally just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah. Which, I've probably said this before as well, like the Wolfson Murasaki version of the Turtles is probably my favorite version of the Turtles. But that's kind of because I think it's fair to say that I'm not so much a fan of Turtles as... Well, not as big of a fan as some other franchises. Not the same level as He-Man. Like, I'm a little bit more into He-Man as a franchise, mostly the television shows and the movie. But with Turtles, it's very kind of hit and miss. Like, all the television versions that I've seen of the Turtles, I've liked. Some of the movies, I'm a little mixed on. Like, okay, this is what I actually wanted to talk about. Like, those more recent live-action movies, not the New Line Cinema ones. I really liked Out of the Shadows. I thought that was a really good movie, and I wouldn't have minded seeing more movies in that series. But I guess Out of the Shadows just didn't do so well in the box office or whatever, so that's why they never did the third one. Which is a shame, because like there are a lot of things that I think that movie did way better than the first of those live-action ones. People always want to say the Michael Bay ones. Michael Bay didn't even direct any of them. Either one of them, sorry. And now we're done with the Rat King. I haven't talked about any of the characters. I'm just talking about random shit. Metalhead. I vaguely remember Metalhead from the cartoon. I remember the Rat King because that's I have the episode that he's in, and that is one of the many, let's say, episodes that maybe awakened certain things in certain Turtles fans. I haven't like sugarcoated it at all that April was my original cartoon crush. She's not in this game that much though. She's in the intro, she's in the outro if you get the true ending, which is what you need for. That's why I put the hard difficulty on, because if you don't have the hard difficulty, all you get is you get Splinter congratulating you at the end, and that's it. Oh, by the way, actually, yeah, I never had a chance to talk about this, so I'll talk about it. I don't want to talk about too much about the New Line Cinema movies, because in the Shining Force Let's Play, there was actually one episode that I talk a lot about it, because I had done it just after the Christmas holidays, but my sister got me all three movies. And don't get me wrong, I think those movies have something in common. And, about the more recent ones, like, people obviously didn't like the Uncanny Valley or the CG Turtles. But, first of all, for me, it was more jarring when I saw the trailer. When I watched the movie, like, after 5 or 10 minutes, I stopped thinking about it. And to me, like, the rubber suit turtles are infinitely more creepy. They look nasty. I really don't like them. But, the movies, I liked, the Secret of the Ooze is my favorite. Of the old ones, and I think I talked about this, I actually like Turtles 3 a lot better than I expected. I expected it to be bad, but it was actually, like, much better than I expected. Yeah, it sucks that it doesn't have any other Turtles characters besides Turtles in April, but, It's very watchable in my opinion. More so than I expected. Like the first one, honestly, like that's the one I was kind of disappointed with. Although I will say the music for that one was really great, and they had the same composer for the second one, so that was great. Okay, so and here, but speaking of the movies, here's Taka and Razor, which I used to call Raza or something. Yeah, I'm gonna just focus on getting Taka first, because he's not much of a threat. Oh god, they're double teaming me now. Well, he's almost done. He's almost done. There's two double team fights. They had Bebop and Rocksteady as well. Oh yeah, and also I think I mentioned that I actually have the comic book adaptation of The Secret of the Ooze, which is another reason probably why I have so much nostalgia for it, because I actually know the story of it. Although the comic is a weird one. I don't know who did the art for that. I'll probably look it up and try to put it in, but it has this really weird art style. It does not look like a standard. Oh, it doesn't look like a standard like Turtles comic. It looks really weird. Yeah, I'm not gonna hit the doggy. I know it makes a sound, but I feel bad every time I do it. So yeah. Oh, doggy. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be a wolf and a snapping turtle, which is like. Yeah, no, that's a dog. That is just a straight dog. Yeah, it's technically the same animal, but whatever. I do love that. I do love that Mode 7 nonsense of just throwing the... And, you have to use that on the first Shredder fight. So, yeah, that was what I wanted to talk about. I have a Let's Play of some of the Disney games, and in those I talked about how the Disney characters all Disney characters have alternate Finnish names. Most of the time, not all of them, but some of them do. So the Turtles don't have alternate names. They're Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. And that's the funny part too, is that the name for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the full Finnish translation is Teini Mutantti Ninja Kilpikonnats. So because turtle is a 4-syllable word, it means actually I think I talked about this when I did the Mario manual videos, that it's two parts. It means like shell toad, like a toad that has a shell. That's what the name Kilpikonna means. And I remember in the dub, they call the turtles Kilpikonna as well. They were kind of, because that was done in a time when people in dubs actually spoke Finnish and not like Finglish, like they kind of do these days. But ever since I was a little kid, as far back as I can remember, every kid in Finland has always called these guys turtles. We say turtles in Finnish, but it's the same thing. It was just really funny, and especially because in my hometown in Oulu, there's a very famous pizza place that is called Pizzeria Turtles. And originally, I think they actually did use like the Turtles font as well, and I think they had to change it then because of copyright infractions and things like that. Which is, fast food restaurants in Finland, they used to be a lot more buck wild. Like I remember there was a pizza place. It might have actually been in my hometown. I might be misremembering, but there was a pizza place, I think, in my hometown that actually did have a Mario as a mascot as well. So, it's not just like Asia and wherever where shameless, ripping off of like iconic characters, happens. Yeah. So this is actually kind of hard because these are the blocking foot soldiers, and the only way you can get past them is that you elbow them, you gut check them, and then they get weak, and then you can do the throw, which is like the throw is like the hardest thing to do if you don't like know how classic fighting games work, because I don't know. Well, maybe it's still a thing in modern fighting games. I don't know because I don't play them, but yeah. And luckily, Shredder takes a lot fewer hits than the other. But yeah, even on easier difficulties, when you have like normal foot soldiers, like this fight is a little bit confusing because you're kind of wondering like, well, what the hell, man? What am I supposed to do? Oh my God, they keep dodging me. Oh, okay. No. Okay. I think that's the last one. Nope. Nope, still not. Oh. Yeah, alright. So, we call the turtles turtles. In Finnish. My patience is wearing thin. I'm banishing you to a time warp, from which you will never return. Yeah. So, but yeah, so two characters do have alternate names, alternate Finnish names, and that's Splinter and Shredder. And the weird thing is, Splinter technically has two, but the other one I don't remember ever catching on, so I think it's officially not a thing. So Shredder is, his name is Silppuri, which is just a literal direct translation of what a shredder would be. But the weird one is Splinter, because what a splinter obviously refers to is, like, you know, a piece of wood that's where you get a splinter typically. So ever since I was a little kid, we've called that character Tikku, which can also mean stick. Don't be surprised, Finland has a lot of homonyms, so, but yeah, and that name makes sense to me. That name actually absolutely makes sense to me because, you know, if you think about, like, martial arts where they break a bunch of, like, wooden blocks a lot of times, so you get splinters from that. So, and that's what you call it if you get a splinter in your finger as well. You say you have a tikku in your finger. Here's the stone guys. You know, they are annoying, but they are kind of iconic. These are the kind of characters I kind of miss from all the other turtle versions. Even though, like, even the 2000s one is more faithful to the comics and stuff. But I do kind of miss the weirdos from Dimension X every once in a while. That was the other thing, like, in Out of the Shadows, I really liked Krang, but I hated the fact that he was literally at the start and the end of the movie and nowhere else. So that was like, Krang really did not get to shine the way I anticipated. And Out of the Shadows too, like, you know, I mean, the thing is, like, it was very, very much pandering to people like myself. Like, I fully admit that, like, that one was made for the Spence and Murasaki Turtles fans. Like, because Rocksteady and Bebop are not from the comics; they're from the cartoon and nothing else. And I love Rocksteady and Bebop too. They were kind of one of the highlights of the movie for me personally, because, you know, the henchmen in the first live action TMNT. I want to say 2014 one. Oh yeah, the main thing was, like, just the fact that I think the Turtles all got their, like, highlights. They got much better highlights in that than they did than in the other ones. There's something else about the Turtles I was supposed to talk about. Now I'm honestly completely blanking out on it. But yeah, so what I'm getting at is, like, I'm not so in touch with what is going on the day-to-day developments in the Turtles franchise. Like, there's been like 3 more cartoon series, possibly more since the early 2000s ones. I've only seen the first CG animated one, which I liked. That's the one where Rob Paulsen is Donatello. But I will admit that I've only seen mostly clips of it, and then I watched the whole. Then I watched the episode with or at least part of the episode where the old Turtles met these Turtles met the ones from the. From that timeline, and I like that actually a lot better than the Turtles Forever visitation, because I've mentioned before how much I really disliked that version of the Turtles. I mean, the way they depicted the Svensson Murasaki Turtles, that was a very unflattering one. Okay, Slash might be the first boss that I'm gonna have difficulty with, because I have to wait for him to jump to do damage to him, because you can only. He just for jumped out of the way. Come on, jump, you asshole. Yes, all right. So, because you have to hit him on the back. And I'm misjudging my. Okay. Because you have to be at the top of the arc to do that, like, downward hit. Otherwise, you do the very slow hit. I am playing this on the capture window again, but actually the lag is surprisingly not that bad. Oh no, I did not try to do that. That's the other thing. Like, when you run, you know, you have all these weird things that might happen. Oh, okay, good. He was an idiot. I hate it when he starts doing, like, the Blanca spins. Yeah, now he did it, yeah. There's no way for me to react to those on time. Like, the lag is... Like I said, the lag's not too bad, but it's strong enough that it's gonna be a problem for me. And because he auto turns. Oh, I duped him. All right, he's done. Okay, good. I can take a game over at the start of the next part. I decided to break the recording there just in case something goes wrong, and I have to play back up to this point. Alright, so we're done with the dinosaurs. Oh god, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put another epilepsy warning up on this shindig.
Skull and crossbones.
Yeah, there was something I was supposed to talk about, Turtles related, but I completely slipped my mind. Oh yeah, sorry. So the other name for Splinter, that one came from the dub, and this is weird because I know I watched that dub growing up. It wasn't on TV, it was only on the home videos, which is weird because on TV, Turtles was subtitled. They did not have a dub for it. And that was because it aired on the commercial television in Finland, and the commercial television was really badly funded back then. So they couldn't afford to hire people to do dubs anyway. So in the dub they called Splinter Shredder, which also does mean it's like a splinter or something that has broken off, but that's more in the realm of harder materials or something like sand, or not sand, sorry, glass. I was trying to say, like, ouch. Wow, I totally thought I was gonna miss that one. All right, so fire level. Strangely, this is not one of my favorite levels. I actually don't really like. I guess it's just because you have to watch your steps so much in this. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, there's the creepy live-action Turtles. You know what? I'm gonna do Michelangelo next because I rarely play as any of the other Turtles, but it would be just for funsies. It would be kind of a nice change of pace. Townsend Coleman's Mikey, by the way, is my favorite Mikey though as well. As the other thing, like, you know, I've never been a big fan of Raph as a character, so his the version in the Wilson Murasaki version was just, he's the guy who talks to the camera. Because it's basically just Rob Paulsen being Rob Paulsen, you know, that's the reason I like it. So, but I do understand the Raph's, Raph has a purpose in the greater, let's say the character dynamics of the Turtles, because Raph represents, individuality, and Leonardo represents the, the group. So yeah, so I totally get why Leo is not most people's fan. That's the funny part. Cam Clark, who is the voice of Leonardo, and will always be the voice of Leonardo as far as I'm concerned. Not that Johnny Knoxville did a bad job. I actually thought he was really good. I think they replaced him for the second movie, which was sad. He did that good job. But anyway, the thing with Leo, about Cam Clark is that Cam Clark actually, he and Townsend Coleman both, I think, auditioned for Leonardo and Michelangelo, and it was actually down to like a coin toss on which one would be cast as which one. And Cam is known to is candid about the fact that he absolutely would have wanted to have been Mikey, because Mikey got all the funny lines and he got all the serious lines, but he's still my Leonardo, so I don't care what anybody else says. So this level is not really my favorite. I kind of want to say the train level is my favorite, but well, it definitely has my favorite song on the soundtrack, and that's probably just because it's a fucking rip-off of the For a Few Dollars More theme. Or not a direct rip-off, but it does have like the same melody. It's a lot faster, but it is basically the same song. I think it's missing only the bridge. Well, I'll have a listen to it when we're done with this one. Oh yeah, that's something I did use. So this is Mikey's special, and I missed all of them. Really? How can you miss? You have such a huge swath, Mike. Come on, get it together. Cowabunga, dudes. Okay, but anyway, I do love the smile that he puts on when he spins his nunchuck. They did a good job with that. Oh yeah, Cam Clark's also Rocksteady. I mean, this one's Rocksteady, right? Yeah, this is Rocksteady. Bebop's the pig. There's this lovely video, by the way. I highly recommend checking out. I think it's of the original Turtles voice cast. I think it's either on Cam Clark's or Rob Paulson's YouTube account, where they had all the original Turtles voice actors coming together and singing a song together. I forget what it was for, but maybe one of them had a birthday or something. I think they have shared health, actually, yeah, because I didn't hit Bebop that much, and he wasn't even blinking. Yeah, that's weird. And, God damn it, I hate myself. I forget the voice actor who voiced Donnie. But it is so funny to me because he really, the actor is basically doing his, I think it's Dan something, but I forget his last name. I think it is really just like the voice actor doing just his normal voice.
Bury my shell at Wounded Knee.
Which I guess goes to the show that something about, like, you know, so, I think Dominic Armato said this about voice acting just recently, that, you know, a good voice, it's, you know, you don't measure a good voice actor on, like, how many different kinds of voices they can do, but rather how genuine they sound in the part. Because actually one of the hardest voices to do is like a voice that is not like a gimmicky or anything like it. It's just like doing it convincingly, like you sound like you are that character, as opposed to just being a guy or just somebody who recites the lines. I forgot to listen to the music now. I mean, they don't have the whistle, which is kind of like the iconic part of it. Oh yeah, they're missing the yeah, that part's missing, but that main melody is directly from For a Few Dollars More. It's my least favorite entry in the Dollar Trilogy. I know, that's another one. I'm on the minority on that one as well. I mean, you know, Dollar Trilogy is a trilogy in name only anyway, so, you know, who cares? But, you know, I just prefer Fistful and The Good, Bad, and the Ugly a lot more. And there's our Donkey Kong cameo. Yeah, so that's the other thing. Like, I've never really been a huge. I mean, I was a huge Turtles fan when the Swenson Murasaki cartoon was a thing, but I never really like read too many of the comics either. I certainly never read any of the original comics. I just, you know, because the whole comics situation with because the original ones are the obviously the Eastman and Laird ones. Those are the black and white ones, and you know, it's fine, whatever. Like, you know, I don't have that much like attachment to that version of the Turtles. So, you know, I think Turtles is kind of like a good franchise in the sense that it is suitable for all kinds of adaptions. But they still made that one more like, oh, there was April. So April is the guy. April will show up and scream at you to keep going if you just stand around. So she's just, you know, she's the go arrow of this game. Yeah, okay, now I remember. So, just like in other games, you might have noticed that when I use the special, Mikey runs out of health, and there's a lot of people who play these games who complain about that. They're like, that's somehow a bad mechanic or something, and I'm always like, how is that a bad mechanic? Like, if there was nothing preventing you from using the special moves. And the special moves are meant to do more damage to the enemies, and why would you use any other attack? Like, the one thing I do wish this game had, I wish that the fighting was a little bit more sophisticated, because it is literally just one button. But they've supplemented that with the fact that you jumping and running and also pressing a direction affects which attacks your turtle does. I burned through quite a lot of lives, so it's a good thing that we have those extra continues. We might actually get to change turtles one more time. If we die on the Super Shredder fight, then I'll use Raph. I'll just use Raph for whatever.
Neon Knight Rider.
Neon Knight Rider. Okay, I take it back. This might be my favorite level, actually. Because I fucking love this song. And I have played the original Turtles arcade game, or I played the downloaded, the downloadable version on Xbox. And I gotta say, I did not like that game. Not a lot. Yeah. It did have the voice actors from the cartoon. Like, that was the one cool thing about it. And I'm kind of sad that they didn't get them for this one for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it would have been too many voice samples, and they wouldn't have managed to fit it on the cartridge or something. But yeah, like all the turtles just sound like the same guy. I mean, this is kind of like the sewer level, basically, but this is way cooler. I guess this was an arcade too before, oh god. Which made me wonder, was there a Turtles 2 and 3 arcades? No, I guess there weren't technically because the only reason it's called 4 is because there was the 3 on the NES. There's the infamous first one, which Konami did under Ultra. And then the second game was supposed to be like a port of the arcade. So that's Turtles, the arcade game. And then there's a third one that I don't honestly remember that one. I don't think I've ever seen anybody play it. And the thing is, as bad as the first NES Turtles game is, honestly, I think it's one of those guilty pleasure games. Like, if I had a chance to play it now, I think I would like it. I also remember a friend of mine having it for DOS. It's the exact same game. And it is bad. It is kind of like, what the hell were you smoking when you made this game? But, I guess it's also like, I mentioned the same thing as with like Castlevania 2, and I genuinely like that game. Because Konami was very ambitious. Like, you cannot fault them for that. That they weren't, like, trying to do different things. Alright, here's Krang. Oh yeah, and also, like, I just recently streaming Monkey Island 2. And I'm just always reminded of the fun thing is that there's a Monkey Island game, Escape from Monkey Island, which has 3 voice actors from TMNT in it. Like, you had Rob Paulson in it, who was Raph. It has Cam Clark, and he plays Meat Hook in that. And then Pat Fraley, aka Krang, is Stan in that one. He wasn't as good of a Stan, though, as Pat Penny. Like, that's why Pat Penny came back for the special editions, honestly. So. But I love the... Yeah, actually, the guy who did Krang's voice in Turtles Forever did do a good job with those mouth noises, but... Yeah, but then, the villains were kind of a joke in that. I mean, the Svenson Murasaki. I guess all the Svenson Murasaki characters, except Splinter. They're one of my favorite things about Turtles Forever, and, like I said, I don't really like it that much, but one of my favorite parts is when they go see Splinter. Like, Splinter still, like, feels okay in that version. Like, it feels right. Another thing about the voice actors, a fun little tidbit is, like, Michael Townsend, or was it Townsend Coleman? I might have been saying his name wrong this entire time. Ah, God, I get those confused all the time. Well, anyway, Mikey's voice actor... You're going to pay. But anyway, Mikey's voice actor was actually Shredder in a few episodes. Uncle Phil, whoever the actor is, I'm sorry, I forgot. Avery something or other. Whenever he wasn't available, they had a couple of guest voices. Jim Cummings was also Shredder in a few episodes. He wasn't as good of a Shredder because you can just tell it's Jim Cummings. Not to say Jim Cummings is a bad voice actor by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying, like...
Starbase.
Yeah, final fight. That's something I wanted to talk about, and also like, I mean, yeah, you could do other you could do the special thing other ways. Like you could have like a token that you can use like once, or. But then like if you waste the attack, then that in my view is even worse. Like, I kind of like the idea that they had in Streets of Rage 3, which was the gauge, which slowly builds up. And then if you use the special when the gauge is not on, that's when you only take damage then. But you know, Streets of Rage 3 is so goddamn difficult anyway, so it's good that the gauge is a thing at all, just from the point of view that you're probably gonna fucking die anyway. Jesus, I hate these tiny robot assholes. I hate them. They are my least favorite enemy. As much as I don't like the pink foot soldiers either. I didn't do the joke. Ugh, smells like feet in here. Okay, now I did it. Seriously, why doesn't anybody ever do that joke? I have seen a fair few versions of the Turtles. I've never seen them make jokes about feet before. Alright, so that's Teleporter. For some reason, as a kid, I imagined, I don't know why I imagined this. I imagined that was a toilet. It kind of looks like it a bit, but, you know, not that much. Like, it's a weird... I was a weird kid, you know. I'm not really talking much about the Turtles knockoffs. And honestly, like, you know, I think there is room in the world for more than one anthropomorphic superhero team. Because I was a big Biker Mice fan growing up, and I think I still like the original version of it. I don't think I've seen the second series more than a few clips here and there. And I always get, to me, Biker Mice were not Turtles knockoffs. They were their own thing. Although Rob Paulson was in that as well. But anyway, I like Biker Mice. There is one which does feel like a very, very rip-offy, and that's the Adventures of T-Rex. But I also liked that one, but I think I liked it more for the villains. Like the actual hero team wasn't like anything too special, but the but the villains I liked, and they were anthropomorphic dinosaurs. So that's probably why. Can't think of too many other ones. I never watched Street Sharks, so I can't comment on that one. Although I actually did a little while ago. Maybe it was last fall. I think my brother-in-law showed me the pilot episode. But honestly, like I wouldn't mind seeing. Oh, there was the one with dogs, but I don't remember what it was called. I know there's a fair bit of fan art on that one, but I forget what it's called. Dog City doesn't really count because it wasn't a superhero. Like it was a detective, and that was a Jim Henson dealio. Like characters existed as cartoons and as puppets simultaneously. So the one thing, if you play this on different difficulty levels, like there's way fewer waves of enemies per screen before they start scrolling. So there's that. Okay, I'm saving that until there's some actually tough enemies on screen. Well, that's it. Seriously, you couldn't have given me that when the rock guys were on screen. Ugh, okay. And now it's a bomb guys. Come on. Bomb guys taking one hit. They're really there for bonus points. Like, there's no reason to actually fight them. Oh, I got an extra life. How sweet. I know that probably shouldn't have taken that pizza now, but... You know what, I might actually... I was just kind of joshing. I was kind of joking about the dying in the Super Shredder fight, but that might actually end up happening because it's kind of like... The Super Shredder fight's not technically very hard either, but it's just the simple fact that... Come on, throw... It's just the fact that he's so difficult to predict. I know exactly what you're supposed to do with him, but it's like, in the heat of the moment, especially now that with lag, it might be... Actually, I do hate... This is probably my least favorite boss fight, because Krang just kind of goes all over the place. Not in this first initial phase, but then when he takes... now we've taken, I think, one or more blocks of him. then he just starts flying around like crazy, and you can't follow him very easily. Like this fight used to give us so much trouble as kids because you know he is just kind of all over the place. Yeah, so this was the first game besides Mario World that we got, and then we got, because we didn't have too many Super Nintendo games. Like the SNES and the NES for us was the dealio was that our dad would borrow games from the store where he worked at over the weekend, and we borrowed a lot of games. So we borrowed a lot of games, so we did get to play a lot of games. The other game besides these that I remember us playing a lot was Tetris and Dr. Mario, and we got that because our mom really liked that game. Oh yeah, and we did have Batman Forever as well. Actually, in box, and I also Theme Park was another one of the original ones. And then aftermarket games that our dad bought was we got Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Killer Instinct as aftermarket, in the sense that there was some kid who showed up at the store and dad bought some games off of him as a trade into, I think, buy an N64 game. And he had a pile of games, and he said that we could pick whatever we wanted from the pile, and the rest would just go, he would just sell at the store. Okay, that was lucky. I seriously thought I was dead. That holds our way out of here. Let's go. Yeah, that betrays that you're supposed to be playing this with multiple guys. Alright, back to 1992, wasn't it? Whenever this game came out. Wait, this is 94. Yeah, so, and by the way, we did get our SNES in the 92, okay. And we did get our SNES in the Christmas of 94, so very, very late. So we had like a good 3 years of having like relevant games for it. And then I don't remember when. Oh no, I remember when we finally got the N64. I think for this Christmas of. Okay, for the Christmas of. Yeah, he moves so fast. Okay, there, he's that one was it was easy to hit, but I think I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna just straight up die. Yeah, because he's too damn fast. Yeah. All right, let's do Raph. Let's finish it off with Raph.
Technodrome, the final shell shock.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, he's not hard, but he does a lot of damage if he hits you. Yeah, and you're not supposed to touch him when he's like flaming also, because he does damage that way as well. Yeah, you have barely any time to react to that. God damn it! Okay, gotta stop running into him. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm done waiting for him to do the blues. Oh god! But I gotta line up. Yeah, you do need a little bit of luck with this. Like, this is where definitely like having two guys would be helpful. Okay, but we got him down to half health already. You know, that's the thing. Like, I was hoping for the blue ones, and now I'm honestly like hoping he doesn't do it. Damn it! Come on. Oh, that was my last life. Okay. Well, hey, we got a chance to do it with Donnie as well.
Technodrome, the final shell shock.
Oh man, this is honestly I don't think I've ever done this badly with this fight before. Donnie's got the reach, so I think I might be good. But I don't have time to react to his like flames. Jesus, come on! Are you not gonna use any of your other powers? You goddamn cheapskate. Yeah, he is not easy to hit. Oh my god, am I really gonna game over on this fucking bullshit? Yeah, you need to get quite a few hits in. Man, I don't think I've ever done this badly in this fight. Oh god. Alright. I think that's my final continue too.
Technodrome, the final shell shock.
Alright. Man, this might end up badly. Yeah, shit, I should have known. He was gonna do the fucking blue attack first. God damn it, just stop doing the fucking fires already. Alright. Wow. Right down to the line, huh? Yeah, that is something, alright. The Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, our 4 reptilian heroes, have overcome the arch-villain Shredder. That's amphibian heroes to you. Reptilian. Well, I guess they technically are reptiles, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's the most we see of April in this game. And here's Pizza Power! I did not know what this song was either, because this really is like an amalgamation of all the freaking Turtles things. And you know what? There is a roll call for all the you know, all the bad guys, but I think I'm done for this time. Thank you for watching. I'm TheHande, and see you all on the next one. Bye bye.